I was recommended to read The Prince by Machiavelli, and I started recently. And I felt, if you have read it, you know there's a lot of Italian history and politics that goes on in that book. And as a South Asian woman who has no relations to it whatsoever, I was pretty bored and just skimming through it on and on. I got to the part where Caesar Borgia, I hope that I'm pronouncing that right. Again, South Asian, not no Italian whatsoever. So I got to the point where he does some crazy stuff, like killing people. And Machiavelli describes him as a cardinal and the son of a pope. And I was like, what? This is not supposed to happen. And that reaction caught me off guard. Because if you have read the book, you know that throughout the book, worse things are happening. And all of that did not provoke any sort of reaction from me, but this did. So I started thinking, why? The thing is, I was raised Catholic. Even if I don't actively identify with it anymore or draw from that sort of morality or thinking anymore, I think there was still some part in me that went, a cardinal is not supposed to act like that. So it stopped from being just an information, and maybe it started to feel like someone was messing with something that is mine. That's when it hit me. I didn't react to everything I read. I reacted to that which hit or rubbed with my identity. That moment, something touched the internal map of, this is my world. These people are my people, and this is how they should be. Suddenly I pay attention, suddenly I care. It is just so fascinating how identity just views this world in a solid dichotomy. Is it a resource or is it a threat? And everything else can fuck off. When we usually think about identity, we think, oh, it is related to something like, what am I? Who am I? That's about it. But that who are you seem to dictate your entire view of your existence, to the point it is able to influence such split second reactions of what I should pay attention to versus what can be background noise. Things that give you pain, danger, social rejection versus food, opportunities, and reward. That's about it. Of course, processing this much is difficult enough, and we have an identity crisis every other 10 years. If we process every single information in the moment, of course, this will be a lot. But still, it begs the important question, do I need to take myself and my views so seriously? Or is it just one version of the reality that is easier for me to digest? Maybe it's not a threat for another person to have their own version of reality. Maybe our collective realities does not need to be same. Maybe theirs is their own version of what they can digest, and mine is just like mine is my own version of the things that I can digest. Maybe these multiple layers of reality with each person can maybe coexist. Maybe I can be yellow and maybe they can be blue, and together maybe we can be green or stay our own colors. But nevertheless, you can't deny the fact that together our lives could be much more colorful, wild.